In April 2026, a single video from celebrity blogger Viktoria Bonya broke through Russia's tightly controlled information landscape, capturing the attention of millions almost overnight. Her direct appeal to President Putin, posted on a banned platform, quickly became a national sensation, watched over 20 million times, and shared by people from all walks of life. The video spread rapidly, crossing generational and social boundaries, as Russians everywhere found themselves drawn to her message. Bonya's message resonated because it voiced a shared frustration, a sense of struggle, and being unheard that had been building for months, if not years. For many, her words captured the anxiety and uncertainty of daily life, in a country facing economic and political challenges. Unlike radical calls for change, her plea was a carefully worded expression of concern from a self-described patriot, making it difficult for authorities to ignore. Bonya's approach was measured, yet powerful. She spoke not as an outsider, but as someone who deeply cared for her country's future. The timing, just before parliamentary elections, added to its impact, exposing simmering discontent over economic hardship and government corruption. The video became a rallying point, sparking conversations in homes, workplaces, and even among those who rarely discussed politics. The video's viral journey from Instagram to the Kremlin highlighted how digital platforms, even outlawed ones, have become crucial arenas for political expression in Russia. Despite government efforts to restrict access, people found creative ways to connect and share their voices. It raised urgent questions about who gets to speak, who must listen, and what these moments reveal about the nation's state of mind. In a society where silence is often enforced, Bonya's video became a rare and powerful act of collective expression. To truly grasp the impact of Bonya's video, it's important to first understand who she is and why her voice matters in today's Russia. Viktoria Bonya is not a political activist. She's a celebrity influencer, a well-known TV presenter, and a former reality star. She's famous for her glamorous lifestyle, her high-profile appearances, and her millions of devoted followers on social media platforms. Her sudden pivot to political commentary was completely unexpected, especially for someone whose brand has always been about fashion, luxury, and entertainment. This shift made her message more accessible and relatable to a much broader audience, including people who might not usually follow political news. By framing herself as a concerned patriot rather than an opposition figure, Bonya's critique was harder for authorities and critics to dismiss as mere anti-government propaganda. She positioned herself as someone who cares deeply about her country's future. Living abroad in Monaco gives her both a unique perspective and a degree of safety, allowing her to speak more freely than many inside Russia. However, it also opens her up to criticism for being out of touch with the everyday realities faced by ordinary Russians. Still, her message struck a chord because she spoke in solidarity with ordinary Russians, amplifying voices that often go unheard in mainstream media. Many saw her as using her platform to give visibility to real concerns. Bonya's transformation from influencer to civic spokesperson blurred the lines between entertainment and political discourse, challenging the traditional boundaries of what celebrities can and should speak about. Whether seen as brave or naive, her decision forced a national conversation about the role of public figures in Russia, and whether they have a responsibility to speak out on issues that matter to society. At the heart of Bonya's viral video was a simple but powerful message. Russians are suffering, and their patience is running out. She spoke not just for herself, but for countless ordinary people who feel ignored and unheard in their daily struggles. The video resonated because it captured a growing sense of frustration that has been simmering beneath the surface for years. She didn't attack Putin directly. Instead, she portrayed him as a leader isolated by corrupt officials who shield him from the truth. Bonya suggested that the president might not even realize the full extent of the people's hardship, because those around him filter what he sees and hears. This good czar, bad boyars narrative is deeply rooted in Russian culture, making her plea instantly relatable. For centuries, Russians have believed that their rulers are kept in the dark by self-serving advisors, and Bonya's message tapped into this familiar story. Bonya warned that the people's loyalty isn't endless. Constant pressure from corrupt bureaucrats is creating a volatile situation. She emphasized that the patience of ordinary Russians is wearing thin, and that the government risks losing the trust of its citizens if nothing changes. Her message was a warning, not a threat, urging Putin to break down the wall separating him from his people before quiet suffering turns into open anger. She called for real connection and understanding, not just empty promises. By voicing widespread despair and frustration, she tapped into a private sentiment shared by millions. Her words echoed in kitchens, workplaces, and online forums across the country, sparking conversations about hope and change. The video's careful framing allowed her to criticize the system while still expressing faith in the president. She walked a fine line, showing courage but also caution, aware of the risks involved in speaking out. It was a heartfelt plea for intervention, an urgent call for the president to listen and act before it's too late for real change. Bonya grounded her appeal in real events fueling public anger. She highlighted the government's slow response to devastating floods in Dagestan, leaving communities to fend for themselves. She also pointed to the mishandling of a cattle disease outbreak in Siberia, which led to a disastrous livestock cull and economic hardship for farmers. Most universally, she condemned the crackdown on internet freedom, using a banned platform to do so. These examples painted a picture of a government out of touch with its people, failing to respond to crises both rural and urban. By cataloging specific grievances, Bonya's video became a credible indictment of official neglect. Her message was clear. These are not abstract complaints but urgent problems affecting everyday Russians. In a rare move, the Kremlin publicly acknowledged Bonya's video. Spokesman Dmitry Peskov confirmed they'd seen the viral appeal and addressed its substance at a press briefing. He assured the public that the government was aware of the issues, floods, agriculture, internet censorship, and claimed work was underway. This acknowledgement was significant. Ignoring a video with such reach would have fueled the narrative of official indifference. By responding, the Kremlin tried to show it was listening, aiming to diffuse public anger and project responsiveness. Yet, Peskov's statements were vague, offering no concrete solutions. Classic political maneuvering. Still, the fact that a celebrity's Instagram post prompted a direct response from the Kremlin showed how digital influence can force even the highest authorities to react. It marked a shift in how power and public opinion interact in Russia's digital age. Almost immediately, speculation arose that Bonya's appeal was orchestrated by the Kremlin. Some analysts suggested it was a controlled release of public frustration, timed before elections to let people vent without threatening the system. The good czar, bad boyars narrative is useful for leadership. It acknowledges suffering but deflects blame from the president to lower officials. Allowing a celebrity to voice these frustrations can make the government appear open to criticism, while keeping the debate within safe boundaries. The timing and Bonya's status as a non-opposition figure fueled suspicions of a managed outcry. Critics argued this strategy lets the Kremlin set the terms of dissent, focusing on solvable problems while avoiding deeper systemic critique. Bonya's privileged position abroad also raised doubts about her authenticity. Whether genuine or staged, her appeal fit neatly into a pattern of state-managed populism. Bonya quickly denied any coordination with the Kremlin, insisting her appeal was genuine and self-initiated. She framed herself as a spokesperson for ordinary Russians, motivated by duty rather than ambition. Bonya argued that if only Putin knew the real problems, he would act, reinforcing the good czar narrative. Her polished denials resonated with many followers who saw her as a courageous advocate, not a government pawn. Critics, however, remained skeptical, seeing her as either naive or complicit in a larger political game. The truth behind her motivations remains ambiguous, but her insistence on authenticity forced a national debate. In Russia's climate of mistrust, every act of public criticism is scrutinized for hidden motives. Bonya's denial became part of the story, highlighting the blurred lines between genuine dissent and political theater. The irony of Bonya's saga is that it unfolded on Instagram, a platform banned in Russia. Despite government efforts to wall off the internet, millions of Russians use VPNs to access forbidden sites daily. This digital defiance is a quiet form of resistance, especially among younger tech-savvy citizens. Bonya's viral video on a banned platform exposed the limits of state control and the persistence of a digital underground. Even with official blocks, information spreads and conversations thrive outside state censors' reach. The event underscored Russians' desire to stay connected to the world and express themselves freely. It's not just about one celebrity and the president, it's about a population finding creative ways to be heard. The battle for free expression in Russia is now fought one VPN connection at a time. The Bonya episode is a snapshot of public speech and power in Russia today. It shows a system that's highly controlling, yet not immune to pressure amplified by social media. While not a sign of democratic change, the event revealed cracks in the wall of state control. In the absence of independent media, influencers like Bonya can become unlikely conduits for public grievances. Her carefully framed criticism represents a model of permissible dissent, one that sometimes elicits a response. The Kremlin's calculated reply shows it's adapting, managing dissent through strategic communication rather than outright repression. The affair is more than fleeting internet drama. It's a window into the ongoing negotiation of power and speech in Russia. Was this citizen empowerment, state-managed populism, or both? The answer is as complex as modern Russia itself.